When a husband stops wanting sex, most women assume the worst, that he's cheating or he doesn't find them attractive anymore. What if the real reason is something couples almost never talk about? Sexual withdrawal from men can mean many different things, and most couples never talk honestly about it. Now, before we go further, I gotta say, I'm not a sex therapist, I'm not your therapist, and this isn't diagnosis. Medical, hormonal, and psychological issues absolutely matter. What I'm talking about today is the emotional pattern I see over and over again in long relationships. Because when intimacy disappears, it's rarely just about sex. It's often information about what the relationship feels like between the two of you. And today I'm giving you 3 questions to help you understand what's happening. Number 1, the self-blame spiral. See, when a husband pulls away sexually, most women turn the blame inward almost immediately. They assume something about them has changed, their body, their attractiveness, their overall worth. But sexual withdrawal from men can come from many different places. Maybe it's stress, feeling shame, feeling emotional distance, performance anxiety, unresolved conflict out there in the world or between the two of you. And because couples often avoid talking openly about intimacy, sexual intimacy, the silence itself starts creating loneliness inside the relationship. So here's the first question to ask yourself. Have we ever talked honestly about this without blame or accusation? Not hints, not sarcasm, not the silent resentment. An actual honest conversation about what intimacy feels like for both of us. Now, this next one is important because sometimes the issues look very different from what people expect. Number 2, the emotional climate. What happens in the relationship affects sex. It lives inside the emotional climate of the relationship. When there's a lot of tension, criticism, unresolved resentment, physical closeness almost always fades. Not as punishment, not as manipulation, but because emotional closeness and physical closeness are deeply connected in long relationships. Here's the second question I want you to ask yourself. What does the emotional climate between us actually feel like these days? Warm, curious, supportive, or tense, critical, and easily triggered? Because intimacy rarely thrives in an atmosphere where people feel judged or defensive. Now, if you're finding this helpful, you might want to subscribe. This channel is where we talk honestly about the relationship patterns many people struggle to name. Now, this last one is important because sometimes the reason desire disappears surprises people. Number 3, the shame loop. For many men, sexuality is tightly tied to their identity, competence, confidence, feeling capable. So when something disrupts that, stress, performance worries, emotional disconnection between you two, even aging, some men cope by withdrawing rather than risking vulnerability again. Sexual shutdown in men is often less about desire and more about feeling exposed, judged, or quietly wondering, is something wrong with me? If we're being honest, I think that's something we've all thought from time to time, isn't it? We're all more alike than we think. Anyway, avoidance can start to feel safer than exposure. So here's your third question to ask yourself. Is it possible that something about intimacy has started to feel emotionally risky for him? Not just physically, but psychologically. Because when shame enters the room, many people choose distance over vulnerability. And maybe you're thinking, okay, what does this all mean? Sexlessness in marriage doesn't automatically mean the relationship is over, but it usually means something important is happening between the two of you emotionally. Something to do with closeness, trust, safety, or communication has perhaps shifted. And ignoring that shift rarely brings intimacy back. In long-term relationships, sexual connection survives on more than chemistry. It survives on emotional safety, honesty, and the willingness to face uncomfortable conversations together. If your husband no longer wants sex, try not to jump immediately to blaming yourself. Instead, get curious about the emotional climate of the relationship. Now, if you haven't seen the first video in this series about when you no longer want sex with your husband, I'll link it here for you. If you have seen that one, then don't miss my video on hard marriages versus emotional abuse. That one will help you understand the bigger relationship patterns we've been talking about. See you in the next video.